One of the most common questions I get with regards to blanket is, what's a Germantown? Now, Germantown blankets are a very specific time frame and type of Navajo weavings, and they generally are real blankets, though often, if not almost always, they were made for the tourist trade. Germantown, Pennsylvania is far away from the Navajo reservation, but one thing they did produce was great yarn. This commercial yarn is a 3- or 4-ply yarn, depending on when it was done. That's how we also date these pieces, is by the type of yarn, whether it's a 3- or a 4-ply yarn. The early stuff, the 3-ply, was in the early 1864 to 1868, and then 4-ply yarn came out. But most Germantown blankets, and that's how they're called because of the yarn, were done about 1890 to 1885, somewhere in that time frame. But they were done some as late as 1910. What you want to know about Germantown pieces is, first you have to identify them. That means you have to understand the types of yarn which are commercial. Next is what they look like. Here's a great example. You can see it's very vibrant colors, and that's what collectors really find interesting and exciting about these, is they use so many different color combinations to make these blankets. The best weavers made these because back in the 1890s, if you had to buy your yarn, you better be very good. And often I think the dealers, people like Hubbell, they would take the best weavers and say, use this yarn and we'll make very tight weavings. The interesting thing about it is that even though these are highly sought after and can bring up to $35,000 for a great example, the weavers themselves really only produced the weaving part. They didn't make the yarn. They bought it at the trading post, or in most cases they probably bartered for it. They also, you will see, not just great blankets like this, but you'll find little examples like this. Now this is just a simple throw. They're called Gallup throws, or in this case a Germantown square. These can run anywhere from a couple $100 up to even $15,000 to $2,000 if it's got some kind of pictorial element or very, very exceptional. These were sold generally by the Fred Harvey company anywhere on the railroad because people could afford to take some little gift back. Now, when you see a Germantown blanket, is it always completely commercial yarn? Well, the answer is no. Here's an example of a piece that uses both the combination of Germantown with the bright purpley colors and green colors as well as homespun. The thing to remember about Germantown weavings is they were made at a specific time by the Navajos, and they were done throughout the reservation, and they are highly sought after.